Hello, comic book fans. Today I have Lazarus, the second collection. Lazarus is an ongoing series published by Image Comics, created by Greg Rucka and Michael Lark. Rucka is the writer and Lark is the artist. This is a really cool dystopian futures story. Now, I do have the first book as well, but I'm not going to bother flipping through that, as I do have it packed away at the moment. But I will talk about it a little bit. This is a really, like I said, a really cool dystopian future storyline. And what has happened is the world economy has collapsed, and these 12 super wealthy families have bought up territories from the governments. And now this story really focuses on the Carlisle family and the territory they hold here throughout North America. And in particular, they focus on the family's Lazarus, Forever Carlisle. Now, Lazarus is a genetically modified superhuman that protects the family and helps them when they wage war against each other over things like economic disputes. Now, Forever Carlisle is genetically engineered from birth, and she has abilities similar to Deadpool and Wolverine, where she can heal herself almost instantaneously. So if she gets shot in the head, she can just get back up and revive herself. She also has enhanced strength and agility. And the story also follows a family in the wastelands called the Barretts. Now, the wastelands are these areas outside of the major cities on these areas that the families control. So if you work in the cities, you're living the good life. You work for the family, you get everything provided for. But the problem is these families really do discriminate against who's allowed to work for them, because they pick the best of the best. You can't have any genetic defects, no health defects. And so outside of these cities, it's really a wasteland, much similar to something you would see in Mad Max movies or the Borderlands video games, where it's just no rules. Everyone's killing each other for resources and desperately trying to feed themselves and fend for themselves. And so in the first book, it follows the Barrett family as they try to get to one of these cities where the Carlisle family is holding a tryout or lottery to end up working for the family. And the first book also follows around a terrorist plot that Forever Carlisle discovers. Now, the second book I really, really enjoyed because it really focuses on the relationship the Lazaruses from different families have with each other, and they're all mutually respect each other. That some of them are even friends and lovers, but they know at any moment that they could be called to fight against each other and to potentially try and kill each other. It's a kind of really interesting relationship they explore in this series. And the second book also focuses on a war between two of the families. I really, really enjoy this series. I highly recommend picking this up. There's 2 books currently out now. And one of my favorite things about this series, aside from this awesome artwork, it really captures the dystopian future story. I love it. It's very bloody and violent, gruesome, edgy, kind of rough. Like I said, one of the things I love about both of these collections, these 2 collections that they have, is the extras in the back of these books. I don't think I've seen a series that has as many extras in the back of their collections. There is tons and tons and tons of stuff extra in the back. here, it shows the detailed process of what they went through to show the fight between two Lazaruses that is in this book, and how they did the choreographed the whole fight. They go into detail about it all. How they wrote the page, how they did the panels. It's really cool, real detailed process, and really gives you an inside look at how much work went into going into making these books. Now this is the cover of the first collection, so that's what you want to look for if you're going to pick up book 1. Of course that's book 2 cover. And the first book has all the tons of extra stuff just like this book here. And it just goes on and on and on. A lot of these extras are kind of like world building, showing you just things like, gives you an idea, a taste of what's going on in the world. The first book really goes into detail on the families themselves, the different families and their Lazaruses and their relationships they have with each other. Really good story. I highly recommend picking this up. Not too expensive, good quality book, you know, no dust jackets like a lot of the Image comic releases. Just nice image on the hardcover itself, good quality paperwork, really good binding. So yeah, check this out. This is really worth your time. I highly recommend it. Thank you everyone for watching my video.